welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, on this video, I'll be sharing with you how to change your default frequency to create what you want in your life and how to actually maintain it. Now, I recently did a video that I did a couple weeks ago, and it was on how to change your default frequency to attract what you want. Now, this will take it a step further in understanding how we can maintain it and really let go of the story that we tell ourselves. Now, this video has the capacity to really change the direction of where your life is going, but also to gain what is called the metacognition for who you are being in the present moment and how that's affecting the kind of results that you get. So let's dive in and give a little summary to that one video. And it's understanding that our frequency is a combination of the thoughts we are continuously thinking, the emotions that we have, and also the state of being that we're in, and then also the actions that we are taking. Now, of course, these three are all intertwined, and when we become aware of how we can change these three pillars, everything will then begin to change. Now, in that video, I talk about how we can create an anchor to the preferred state of being that we have, to the preferred thoughts that we would be thinking, and to the preferred actions we would be taking in the idealized version of who we prefer to be. So to do this, simply imagine the best possible version of yourself. Imagine what you would be doing, how you would be responding to other people, the kind of body language that you would carry around yourself, and realize that we must create that state of being from within. We must adopt the beliefs of that version of ourselves. We must think in alignment to that version of ourselves and take actions in alignment with that version of ourselves to then have that be who we are now, to then get the reflection that we want in our life. Now, as I say in most of my videos, we don't necessarily get in our life that which we want, but we always get a reflection of who we are being. So if we were to merge ourselves and direct ourselves and have that be who we are now in the present moment, we then increase the probabilities of us actually having that kind of experience. Now, the idea behind that video was to create that trigger and to do that a couple times a day and make it a visceral feeling of that being who we are now, and really taking those emotions that we would feel in that best version of ourselves and allowing that to be who we are now in the present moment by giving ourselves those emotions in whatever way we can. So the idea is, if in that vision you are doing what you want for a living, you are feeling passionate, and that's how you make your security your money, what you could do is give yourself more of that security in whatever way that you can. Maybe be grateful for what you already have. If it's certain type of passion in that vision you have, start to be passionate in expressing yourself in whatever way that is, and that as you start to do that, you start to then modify that resonance for who you are being in the present moment to being that version of yourself. Now, the new part of this video is understanding how in a two-step process we can really maintain it. Now, the first step has to do with letting go of that story that we tell ourselves. Now, the story and the old conditioning of who we are being is what is called the cybernetic mechanism that is trying to always get us back to where we were. Now, I use this a lot when I talk about self-image, but know what a cybernetic mechanism is. Well, the thermostat in your house is a cybernetic mechanism, meaning that if it's set at 70 degrees and the house starts to get hotter, the AC will kick on and modify it back to where it was. It modifies it back to that cybernetic part. Now, you, in the self-image that you have, is also cybernetic, meaning it's trying to maintain the story that it used to have, the vision and the self-image you used to have, and the simple way of letting that go is to realize that it is not who you are in the present moment, and that you just change this blanket belief of thinking that the past is who you are now. Now, just letting go of that blanket belief alone will allow you to realize realize that instead of that, you are who you choose to be in the present moment. Now, understand also that your state of being, of how you feel right now, will more easily tag onto past experiences that are in alignment with your state of being. So if you were to feel happy right now, it would be easy for you to remember times in the past that you were happy, because the way the brain works is it goes down the path of least resistance, meaning that other memories that are in alignment with it, the neurosynaptic connections are easier because of the way you are wiring your brain in the present moment. Now, if you are to change your state of being, it will then be harder for you to connect to that past state of being, that past story, because you've changed your physiology. So simply decide every day that you are going to remain in the optimal state of being that you prefer, and that you're going to take conscious control of what that is by maybe getting up in the morning and moving as you would if you were that perfect version of yourself. That body language will actually change the way that you feel about yourself, and you'll start to feel more confident. As you do that, it will be harder to tap into these old emotions, those old stories, because you are being who you prefer to be in the present moment, and it is now harder to connect to that old past that you had. So realize that you can let go of that old past by simply deciding that that is not who you are now, and then change your physiology, your body posture, to align with that version of yourself. Now, the second way that I have for you to really be able to maintain that state of being and that preferred frequency is to understand momentum and consistency. So the old self-image was built upon patterns and repetition. The idea is that in order to really be able to do this, you must every day be taking action to solidify who you are being. So if you have the vision of you doing certain things, maybe of you being in a certain type of shape, the idea would be that you must, in the present moment, maintain it by consistently rewiring it over and over and over again. It really is consistency. Now, understand that the action that you're taking will also influence the emotions and the thinking. They're all intertwined. So the more action you take in eating the healthier food, if you have a certain vision for the way you want to look, and you tailor the kind of exercise that you do, and you tailor all these different aspects, you are then solidifying and making that who you are now. So this, and realize that this is the missing key. It's not about doing this visualization twice a day. It's about doing that visualization twice a day and coming out of it and embodying it and being who you prefer to be by being that vision. So it's about the consistency and taking it out of an exercise and making it who you are now. So this is about understanding, releasing the story, and then rewiring it over and over again, and understand that as you do it, it does get easier. In the beginning of me creating a video a day, it was hard to do, but then it became just a part of who I am, and I started to develop the momentum for it. So in the same way, doing a certain diet gets easier as you keep on doing it. Going to the gym gets easier as you're a week or two in. It becomes a part of who you are. So realize that you are who you prefer to be in the present moment. Take that vision for yourself. Give yourself the emotions that you prefer to feel. Give yourself the permission to be that, and realize that you no longer have the same past that you had before, because you've changed the state of being that you're in. And then from that point going forward, you can continue to develop that momentum. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste. Alright, bye.